Three, two, one, go.
Welcome back, beautiful Bravehearts. It's Lorraine here. I am in Calgary. I have a Power Pack clinic here in Calgary, and I am hosting Dr. Server today. And our topic of today is inflammation. And this is a big thing. People just don't understand how inflamed the body gets when you're not doing life the way, um, you know, in a healthier way. Right, Dr. Server?
That's right. Hello. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. So today we are going to talk about inflammation. And for many years, I worked with the patients in family physician area. So it was also a very common question that I was have to face for every type of inflammation. And they wanted to know as a patient, what is this inflammation? Is it good? Is it bad? So I just decided to say that let's talk about inflammation. What is this and why it is this much important? So we have to dive in this very interesting topic, and inflammation is not something dangerous. It is something good if we know how can we manage this topic. So if it's okay with you, I would like to share my screen, Lorraine.
Absolutely. So here at DACA Detox, we know that inflammation is the cause, is the root cause of all things that happen in the body. So when we can understand how we are doing life and how we can bring that inflammation down, that's going to improve our health.
That's correct. I guess sometimes we have to increase our inflammation level. We should say that inflammation is something good and it is necessary for us. And it's like some kind of SWAT team for us. We need them, but not all the time, not for natural time, not for normal time. But when we have problem without this SWAT team, we are going to have a huge issue. So they are definitely helpers. They are ready for helping us, but we have to manage them. As a SWAT team, if you just come with the knife, it will not gonna be helpful for situations. So they are coming very heavy weapons. So at the same time, it is similar with the inflammation. Our body needs to make a decision about the inflammation. What type of reaction am I going to do in this situation? Let's say if there is an injury or maybe there is a stress, no matter what type of condition is coming, our immune system is suddenly thinking, okay, what should be level of this warning? Just like our kids, what should we say? Are we only going to bring small amount of cytokines, which is messenger or message to this problem? Same thing is also happening for inflammation. We are making a decision. I should give this bullet for this problem, and then it can be good. If it's not under control, then inflammation is a huge problem for us.
And that's what we're seeing nowadays. We really are an inflammation nation, an inflammation world. I've, we're and part of it is we don't understand, and that's why we've got this topic today is to clear the path so that you have a good understanding of what you can take control of and start helping your body to be able to deal with the times when naturally, like if you fall and you get a swelling somewhere because of the fall, that's inflammation, and your body's got to be able to take care of it. But we shouldn't be counting on our body to be able to take care of inflammation on a daily basis, 24/7. And that's kind of where we are.
That's correct. And we have to manage correctly. I guess lots of time it is very common for colleagues that hearing, aren't you going to prescribe anti-inflammatory drug? Because they are expecting to get that. But I guess we have to realize that maybe we don't need that. We have to give a permission to make decision. Is it necessary or not? Or is it well enough for us to manage this disease? So anti-inflammatory, not it is not always lifesaver, it might be even dangerous for us. So we have to make a good decision, and we have to understand the meaning of this inflammation, which is alarm system for us, which is a good warning system. It is understanding the problem and then opening the light for the target, and then our body is focusing on that area. Let's say maybe burn, maybe it's an infection, or maybe allergic reaction. And then our white blood cells, our fighter cells are understanding that there is a problem. So they are changing their intention to any other area to this targeted area. So this is a good alarm system if it's working properly. And also our body is looking for cleaning the problem. So after the condition, let's say stress or injury or any type of infection, we are going to have a waste. We are going to have a problem or wasting molecules or piece of cells. So also we have to remove all this waste. So also inflammation is helping for that, just with the macrophage. Macrophage is working for cleaning our body properly, and then we can see the result, not immediately, but after the treatment, after getting inflammatory level, then our treatment level will start. So we shouldn't think that inflammation is redness and it is dangerous for us, and immediately we have to get the treatment. Instead of that, we will know that this is something good for us, and we have to manage good inflammation.
Yeah, yeah. So we don't have to be, always running to the doctor to get anti-inflammatory prescriptions.
Yeah, I guess it's something that I always would love to see patients with knowledge, and they should be curious about what is this, what should I do for my health, and especially in the cellular level, I can understand that not easy maybe for them to dive in this type of topic as a patient. But if we dive in, then we can see the problem, we can solve the problem easier. So what is the healthy cell and what is the inflamed tissue? What makes this two area different, and why it is not permanent? So inflammation is only the stage that is temporarily happening in cells. So when this happens, it is not bad. It is actually starting healing process. So for injury or chronic inflammation, no matter what happened, this is activating our alarm system. So this is not something dangerous. This is regulating our healing process. So if there is ongoing process as a disease or any other type of autoimmune issue, inflammation is going to be over there, and also it will try to produce energy for us because our mitochondria is over there and it needs extra energy because there is a problem and our body needs more ATP, and then also mitochondria needs to work much faster for this energy state.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to be able to allow your body to do what it can do on its own. And, we can be supporting our body too. Here at the Doc Detox, for if I had an injury to my knee and I wanted to be able to support it, we've got the clapper that you can be gently clapping around there. And that's going to get your fighter cells to come say, oh my gosh, we need some help around there. So it's going to send those fighter cells there to be able to bring that inflammation down. So just the clapping of the body is going to help to bring inflammation down.
That's right. And here is a couple of misconceptions, and lots of time we can have problem with understanding inflammation. And I guess lots of people might think that inflammation is painful, but it is not always should be with the pain. So it can be very silent. So your body may be suffering from excessive inflammatory state, but still you might not have any symptom. So it's not working with that way. And also by the age, sometimes it's very common to hear that because I'm getting older, so inflammation is my not my choice, it is my destiny. But we have to realize that it is not about age, it's about your body's reaction, it's about your answer, it's about your reaction. So also it is having connection with the infection. I guess this is the most important one. Also, infection is having connection with the inflammation. So for fighting infections, including viral infection, bacterial, or no matter what type of microbe is over there, so we have to fight with that. So inflammation is the fighter. Also stress and different type of processed food toxins, all of them are, which is primary root cause of the lots of disease, is bringing inflammation. So we have to grab the subject correctly. It's not pain, but it is something silent. We can, when we look at the patient, we might not be able to see that redness, pain, and fever. Sometimes it can be a little bit hotter than normal skin, but it is not always should be with that way. So silent is small problem because we might not think that I have any problem, but it will cause huge problem day by day for inflammation.
Yes. Yeah, quite often too, I would say, your statement about this is because I'm aging, it's just part of my life, right? As these fire alarms go off, and they're constantly going off with the inflammation, our body is not going to respond as well because it's constantly going off at a low grade.
That's right. That's correct statement. And also, we said infection, but we also have to remember that arthritis, joint pain, these are also coming from the inflammation. These are coming from wrong inflammation. These are coming from not getting appropriate treatment for arthritis. So joint pain is another issue. Good arthritis, osteoarthritis. When we see this type of patient, it means it is very obvious they are suffering from pain. So they also need to get symptomatic treatment. But also with this type of patient, we have to remember that we have to remove these primary causes. We have to find the root causes, and inflammation should go, and we have to make the level of inflammation correct for each patient. So also for that type of patient, we have to calm the inflammation. This is a general health tip that we have to manage inflammation. These are just a couple examples. So if we use cold water and hot water at the same time with the very fast change with the shift, we can calm the inflammation. Also, nighttime is very important for us. We shouldn't eat at least 12 hours. So that would be really important. We might think that we heard that always that fasting is important, but we have to also feel that the importance about fasting, especially nighttime. Our cytokines, which is molecules, are sparkling like they are coming so fast after maybe 7 or 6 p.m. It is getting increasing very fast. So if we don't eat anything for 12 hours, we will drop that inflammatory state. It will act like an anti-inflammatory drugs. So this is very good action, and it is not expensive. It is free. Only we have to remember every day, 12 hours without food. That would be another health tip. And I guess, oh, sorry.
I was going to say absolutely. We encourage people to do intermittent fasting. So we're actually looking for about 15, 16 hours of not eating. So that means your last meal should be around 5 or 6. And then after that, no more eating. Yes, you can be sipping on like a herbal tea if you wanted, but you're not going to be ingesting food.
That's right. I guess, Lorraine, sometimes it might be scary for patients think like this much long period of time, but the profit is so good. So we have to focus on that profit at least 12 hours. Of course, 15 hours, perfect. That would be very good. But at least 12 hours, of course, like hibiscus and different type of teas would be good, but not eating something. So yes, they will definitely get profit from this action, which is not that hard.
Exactly, exactly. So sipping on that nice herbal tea, like you've got mentioned here, hibiscus or pomegranate, after eating, helps to protect that inflammation.
Yeah, that's right. Also heart issues, it is important to think about inflammation because disease does have a link to inflammation. So maybe we might think that heart there is no connection, but there is connection. Also for type 2 diabetes, if we think about pancreas, liver, or fat tissue inflammation, that will bring connection between type 2 diabetes and inflammation. And also for neurodegenerative problems, brain fog, depression, these are also it has connection with inflammation. If you solve the problem, you will see lots of good results that um, causing lots of medication because they want to I can understand doctors, they want to help their patient. Yeah, patient is suffering from type 2 diabetes, heart disease, but if we manage the inflammation, the necessity of the drugs will drop. So we have to focus on the root cause again for inflammation.
Absolutely. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and I guess arthritis is again here. Usually we know that arthritis is coming from inflammations because it is causing pain. I guess that's the reason for this misconception. They always think that arthritis, it is causing inflammation, which means inflammation is pain. But also we have to remember that autoimmune conditions are over there. Autoimmune conditions, we should remember that this is the misunderstanding our body. Our body is thinking that our cells are our enemy. So for that reason, it is fighting with its own cells. That's a huge problem. That's definitely going to cause inflammation. So autoimmune conditions have very hard and tight connection with inflammation. So we are fighting with our own tissues, including joints, including every type of cells. Cartilage area is hard because pain is over there. Also for some cancers, inflamed environment is very important. It is also going to cause poor cell repair. So our body is always trying to repair our cells. So yes, our cells have their own treatment, but at the same time, it is also our cells are looking for repairing themselves. But if they don't manage their inflammation, repairing cells will be very hard for all type of patients and including especially cartilage area. So if we have very even mild inflammation in the joints, it will definitely going to cause pain because it will have huge burden. It will not going to help our bone. So in this point, we have to remember that our bone health is very important. If we don't have very good bone health, that means our bone mineral density is very low. So we have to increase the bone mineral density for not just our integrity, also for our general health, because bone is the bank of calcium. So we have to work with bone quality. We have to increase the bone quality for also reducing the fracture risk, which is another dimension that always we should keep in our mind.
Yeah. With inflammation, especially with arthritis, what we have found is that someone who is prone and has arthritis of some sort, they are usually very, very hyper people. They're very, they do life more intense than other people. And that makes that when you are, so they're more stressed. That's what I'm trying to say. They're more stressed. So when the body is stressed, your body is going to pull calcium from the nearest bones or teeth to buffer down that inflammation. That's what it does. It's gonna save you by grabbing the calcium from the bones or teeth and buffer it down. But now the calcium is displaced. So it's not where it should be. And now you're getting crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue built up in the body. And that's where you get the problems with the joints. They're not going to move that well anymore because the calcification isn't in the bones, it's around the bones. So we've got to be able to bring that stress level down. So it really is you're doing life and really coming to a sense of how do I calm my body? How do I slow down? How do I get off this hamster wheel of life so that I can help my body to de-stress and not pull the calcium from the bones?
That's right. Not just physical stress, as you said. Yes, physical stress is another dimension with the excessive amount of calcium, which is calcification, like calcific tendinitis. This is definitely causing pain, definitely causing joint pains, arthritis. But at the same time, calcification is also inside the cell. So that means even though we don't see around bones, still we are having problem. So instead of working properly in the cell, our cell is starting to think about how can I remove this calcium? So it is becoming a problem because there should be a function with mitochondria, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, but all of them inside the cell is starting to think, what am I going to do? How can I remove this calcium? And then instead of fighting disease, they will fight with the calcium because of the calcification that you said. So that's also causing this pain and also arteriosclerosis, also heart issues and infections. And also inflammation has very tight connection with the infection, but it is not the same thing. Infection means we have maybe bacteria, maybe virus that is infecting us. Then we have to fight for this infection. We have to fight for these germs. And then for fighting these germs, inflammation is coming. I'm here to help you. So with this help, we can reduce the infection. We have to see that inflammation. We shouldn't close that line. We will see that it is going to treat these infections. And inflammation affect the calcium balance. And we have to remember, if we have inflammation, that means our body is not going to work with calcium properly. When we say calcium, we are talking about active ionic calcium. So our body need active ionic calcium. If we don't give this active ionic calcium inside the cell or outside the cell, our body will not going to manage this inflammation properly. That means calcium balance, calcium regulation is extremely important. When we say calcium regulation, we are talking about the hormones called calcitonin and PDH. So this two hormone is trying to make balance in the calcium level. So the trick is active ionic calcium is coming there for touching this hormonal balance from inside the body, not from outside the body. And then with calcium balance, we are going to have a good inflammation balance. It will be good for affecting the intracellular area for calcium signaling. So when you restore calcium signaling, that means you are going to have a good inflammation level for your health. And I guess lots of time we might not think that why are we talking about intestinal system or small intestine or gut? But this is very important, and we have to remember that our gut is second brain. It is very important, and it is the door for infection. If we don't close this door, then that means our body is vulnerable for infections. So we have to be careful about our gut. So when we eat something which is unhealthy, we definitely know what is not healthy. We definitely know processed foods and the things that not good for us. But we might think that it's not something important, but we have to remember that means we are opening door for enemies from the gut. So gut is ready for help, but if we give a chance for fighting this disease. But if we don't do that, then our gut will only going to work with processed foods, which is very hard to digest. So this type of things are just like xenobiotics. Xenobiotic means something is coming in our body and it is not natural for us. And then it will take very long time for our small intestine to digest that thing. So let's help our gut for good inflammation level. So calcium is also necessary for that, also necessary for calming this inflammation. With getting active ionic calcium, from the beginning, we can see the difference from our bowel. Sometimes we can feel like nausea or diarrhea or constipation because of nothing. They might sometimes tell you that you don't have any problem, and then why he's suffering from this bowel discomfort, why this diarrhea is happening or constipation. Well, because we have to remember that our gut is second brain. So we have to help, we have to have a good foods, and especially not for one day or several times. All the time we have to be careful. When we get good health gut, and then it will be very helpful for us. So calcium, it has very unique mechanism inside the cell. It is taking calcium from mitochondria. It is taking calcium from unwanted area with the storage of the calcium to the right area, which is bone. So we are increasing our bone mineral density with unwanted area. If it's over there, if it's not necessary, then calcium ion therapy is over there for removing that unwanted calcium.
And we too, we talk about food combining and chewing properly and being in a good frame of mind when you're eating. All of these things count as far as your gut goes. You know, if you want to be able to live a healthy life, we've got to look at, like Dr. Server is saying, we've got to look at what we're bringing into this body and whether what we're bringing into this body is causing inflammation. So definitely, if I were you and I wanted more information about how I can start this process, I would be looking at downloading that Perfect Day guide and going through the 4 pillars of the Perfect Day.
Yeah. So for helping us, we have to remember calcium is not working by itself. Also, it is working with other electrolytes including phosphorus. So when we have active ionic calcium, so with calcium ion therapy, or if we think about infections, we are going to remove phosphorus, which means we are going to inhibit the viral replication. Viral replication is not something fancy. It means we have lots of virus. That means we are in trouble. So if we inhibit that level of virus, then we are going to be very helpful for infections, because viral infections are very dangerous, and when we want to suppress that virus, that would be the way with helping us. And also, when we look at the pH, we have to remember that our body is trying to regulate pH level very precisely. Its range is very tight. So if we have acidic environment, then virus or infections or cancer cells are happy, because they don't want to be in the balanced pH level. It looks for acidic environment. So if we make this acidic environment alkaline, then we will be very helpful for our patients. So for that reason, we lots of time hear that alkalining is good. So give me this product if it's alkalining, a pH, changing pH, increasing pH level is good. But the problem is, lots of time when we use something, this product or this thing that we get is not coming to the cell level, to the microenvironment. Until coming to microenvironment, it is losing its efficacy. Bioavailability is going down. So for that reason, we have to remember that we should get something that is active even inside the cell, active even in the microenvironment of the cells. For let's say for cancer cells, microenvironment would be very good. Binding to the lactic acid with calcium would be good for alkalining environment. Also for pathogen, also for virus, we want to remove that environment. We want to alkaline patients' environment pH level. And not just RNA, but when we look at the calcium level, we can see that it is affecting patients' life, but sometimes we can see different type of viruses, but calcium ion is going to also affect that type of virus. So when we give active ionic calcium, it is going to bind to the virus, and then it will lower the viral load. It will lower the level of disease. So we can be very helpful and with the very fast action for serious infections. We are working with lots of different type of disease, including Lyme disease, HIV, and lots of different type of infections, including cholecystitis. So when we start the treatment, we have to think how it is changing the root cause. Oh yeah, let's look at this case, how real world is having result with calcium ion therapy. Well, this patient was having severe anemia, which is very hard. When you have this type of disease, that's for sure that you will have a very high level of fatigue. You can't feel good and you can't do your job. So for this patient, there was no chance other than transplant. But when they start to use calcium ion therapy, his blood level was increased very fast, and then symptoms was completely disappeared. So patient was healed from the problem. And after that disease, years later, maybe we can say that it was a tough time. MERS infection was very spread in all over the world. So this patient was constantly using as a maintenance calcium ion therapy. So in that deadly time, patient was fine, didn't have any issues. So even though if we don't feel anything, even though if we don't have any disease, we also have to think about our maintenance. We have to think about how can we keep this healthy stage for our life. All right.
Yeah, and we definitely with the ionic calcium, like what Dr. Servers is saying, it goes deep into the body. And when we've got an issue in our tissues, we have to have that molecular size so tiny that it can get inside and actually do the work in the cell. And that's the difference between this and a lot of other things that are out there. You know, the deeper you can get, the more effective it's going to be.
That's right. Also, including this type of heart patient, HIV is huge disease. So sometimes they are suffering from pain, also fatigue. But for this patient, when we start to use calcium ion therapy, we saw how viral load was dropped from 2,300 to 50. It is affecting patients' life tremendously. So it is not just a number for this patient. It is taking your life back. It is making you feel much more energetic. For this type of patient, energy is very important. They are losing sometimes their hope. So with calcium ion therapy, we saw the result how patient outcome was changed.
Yeah, you're able to help your patients get quality of life back. You know, and we've been kind of we've normalized being sick as you age, and that's not normal. It's not normal for, I mean, in nowadays, it's normal because we're an inflammation nation. But it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. We should be able to age gracefully and be able to do the things that we want to do as we age and maintain that quality of life. And that's what we're talking about here. What can we do to get our quality of life back?
And we want to get that quality of life. So we don't want to deal with this type of symptoms, including arthritis, including joint pain, including lots of disease. That's definitely correct statement. There is no such thing like a normal illness. So we shouldn't think with that way. We should think that how can I help my cells? They are whispering something to us, but we have to listen them. What are they trying to say? So when we look at the picture, we can see there is a message for us. Between bone, there should be a joint, but we have excessive amount of this urate crystal. Just like that, we also have calcium pyrophosphate, which means it is hard to move this finger. Also, pain and redness, inflammation is waiting over that. And also, bone erosion is another huge problem for this type of patient. And this patient was suffering from arthritis for 19 years. I can't imagine it should be very hard for patient to deal with, especially pain and trying lots of different type of treatment. It's understandable. They are just like going market to get different type of product. Give me this, and I'm looking for treatment, but still it should be very expensive, and it wasn't helpful for this patient. But until using calcium ion therapy, just with very short period of time, patient had a very good time, and he was comfortably sleeping at night without pain. I guess that was something good to hear from a patient.
Yeah, exactly. When you can't walk without pain, and I mean we should be moving all the time, right? If you can't walk without having pain, that's going to slow you down. And even at night, if you've got pain in that big toe and you've got blankets holding it down, that's going to cause more pain. So you're not going to sleep. I get it. We need to be able to do something to be able to bring that inflammation down, and that's what the ionic calcium does.
That's right. And with ionic calcium, we are also helping the infection, which is COVID. So 27 years old male patient had COVID. And when we started to use calcium ion therapy for this patient, inflammatory markers was dropped steadily. So we were looking for this patient's symptom, but it was very good to see how the clinical outcome was showing us this result at the end. Also, patient had negative test result, which is very good. So we have to give a very good impact to our cells, not just one type of disease, including all infectious, all tough infections. So another case with the COVID, 39 years old, again, inflammatory markers are high level in the high level. So when we use calcium ion therapy, we can see all the markers are dropping to the normal level, which is something that we look for patients' outcome. So, and then patient will see that test result is negative for this disease.
That is awesome. So here's our lineup for the DACA Detox calcium ion therapy. Everything from the Merigen, which is the most potent, and it deals with the entire body, all the way down to the Oslo Junior, which is for children. I
And
Go ahead.
And I guess we have to work with the calcium in our body, not just taking appropriate product, also with making good lifestyle, including eating good stuff, including exercise, not just saying. I know lots of time we can hear that sentence, but I want you to remember when you live this video. Am I listening myself? Is it telling me that are you eating good stuff? Do you have a good exercise program? Because they are always telling us with the signaling, but we can't hear that sound. Let's try to listen ourselves for helping calcium regulation, for helping all disease, also about inflammation. Lorraine, I would like to say thank you very much for this great opportunity.
Well, thank you for coming on today. We appreciate getting educated on how the body works and how we can support it. So thank you so much, Dr. Server. I'm going to take it away with the advertisings here. So yes, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. I learned so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah. So I am just going to bring up those advertisements. Just give me a second here. There we go. And there we go. All right. So we still have that 4th of July sale, Independence Day sale on until Sunday on the 13th, and it is up to 40% off. So if you've been looking at something of the Doc Detox that you've been eyeballing and wanting maybe to stock up on, this is your chance. So go to docofdetoxstore.com. And we've got the Gold Care. This is a BHN special world event with Dr. Dana Cranberg-Nill and Simone Gold, Dr. Daryl Wolfe, and 18 other world leaders. This is happening this Sunday, Sunday the 13th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is a free special world event. All you got to do is go to bhnuniversity.com to sign up, and then you will be given a link so that you can participate in this. Sunday, July the 13th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, and then we've got 2 Q&As coming up after that. So if you had questions that popped up while you were listening to this, then you're going to be able to come live and get those questions answered on Monday, July the 14th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then on Tuesday, July the 15th from 7 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. Again, sign up at bhnuniversity.com. And here is the other things that are happening with the BHN TV World events. So we've got a World Without Cancer coming up on September the 21st, and then Quantum Power Pack Healing, October the 5th, Food Forest Abundance, October the 26th, and then Super Soldier Immunity. And you can sign up. These are all free. Go to bhnuniversity.com. And the live Q&As, Rock with the Doc, Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family, they are coming up. Again, you're going to go to bhnuniversity.com and get yourself signed up for these things. Your questions matter, your health matter, you matter. So come and get your questions answered. And just know that with everything that's going on, we are still able to broadcast on Facebook, but we've been flagged quite a bit. So sooner or later, we'll probably be taken down, and you want to be able to maintain getting this health information. So then what you should do is download that app, that bhnapp.com, where you're going to find all of the information stored there. And there is the app. You can go to bhnapp.com, where you can get all that information I was talking about. Plus, you can track your perfect day. The news and events is going to be there. The New World Practitioner map. You're going to be able to find me there in Calgary. Evolve is where you're going to find the world's largest free online library, videos, guides, audios for self-healing. You know, we want to spread this information out as far and as wide as we can go. You're going to be able to connect to other brave hearts all over the globe. We have the perfect match. So if you're single and you're looking to find that perfect match, you probably want another brave heart. So this would be the perfect place for you to find someone like that. Mindful moment reminder. We've got a little Tibetan bowl that you can set to chime every once in a while. Maybe you're going to come back to your breath and say, I need to calm my body. So I'm going to slow down my breath. I'm going to nose breathe. I'm going to make sure my tongue is up on the roof of my mouth and the tip of my tongue is touching that little bump behind the 2 front teeth, or whatever. You just need a reminder. Maybe you're going to drink some more water. Go to bhnapp.com so you can unleash your health. And Dr. Sage is going to be in Montreal, August the 23rd to September the 1st. He is offering the Wolfe Non-Surgical Cell-Sonic Regeneration Thermography consultations and heavy metal testings. You are going to call Christiane, and her number is 438-929-0997. And then he's going to be in Toronto, Ontario, Same set of things going on. You're going to call Magdalena, and her number is 416-669-9351. And he's going to be there September the 4th till September the 9th. And then he is off to Los Angeles, California. That's going to be in the new year, February the 25th to March the 5th. You can call Narin. Her number is 386-631-4066. And for personal certification and training with Dr. Sage Wolfe, you can call. He will come to you, or you can come to us. But you can call the 855 number, so 855-900-4544, extension 5. Or if you're on WhatsApp or you're in the US, you can call 469-861-9454 for more information on how to get personal certification with Dr. Sage Wolfe. This is our lineup for courses. I'm just going to skip through that. It's not coming through right. The BHN University, this is the prices for the courses. And the women's pelvic restoration is going to be in Ixtapa, Mexico. We're going to be there November the 21st to the 23rd. And Dr. Daryl Wolfe is coming to the 2026 Curious Life Expo. The DACA Detox Power Pack clinics. We are getting these Power Pack clinics all over the world. If you are interested in more information about how you can be a Power Pack clinic, then go to dodpowerpack.com and just know you get free 27-day professional training with every cell sonic regeneration and cardio med bed purchased. And just know there's financing available in the US, and that would be for the certifications, so the whole life health, the Wolfe Non-Surgical, or if you're going to do both of them together, the New World Practitioner. And it also would help you out with financing the cell sonic regeneration and cardio med bed. And we've got the DoD 5-star in Ixtapa, Mexico. We also have fulfillment centers. You can send in your questions on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, Telegram, and BitChute. We are on Audible, so you got no excuse. You can be walking your dog and learning at the same time. Go to BHN Station, and you can see all the shows that are on Audible there, or you can go to one of these platforms. There are our fulfillment centers, Canada, United States, and Australia. Shop dodnow.com. If you love the products and you would love to be an affiliate partner, you can sign up at docofdetoxpartner.com to earn commissions on referrals. And we are also calling all healers, all health professionals and practitioners. Again, if you love the products, why not bring them to your clientele? You can go to Doc of Detox Wholesale. If you want to be a Doc of Detox Wholesale buyer, you'll sign up. You'll call the US Direct 469-861-9454 or the toll-free number 855-900-4544 extension 5, or you can email office.docadetox@gmail.com. And there is the Power Pack again. We talked about this one already. The 5-star Health and Healing in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, a beautiful place. If you want to bring your family, your health team, come and learn and get yourself certified. Perfect Day consultations. You can book personal consultation with Dr. Daryl Wolfe. This includes a lifetime telephone support. You can call 1-855-900-4544, extension 1, to talk to Dr. Daryl's assistant to get that booked, or the US direct number. You can book a personalized consultation with a qualified New World practitioner for $150. You can go to perfectdayconsultation.com to do that. We have our swag, so we've got sweatshirts, we've got t-shirts, we've got caps and water bottles. So if you are proud to be a brave heart and you want to show that you're a brave heart, you can go to docofdetoxstore.com and purchase your swag. If you haven't already downloaded that Ultimate Healing Guide, you can go to pdgfree.com to download it for free. You can find it on the app, or if you love it, $48 delivered, 50% off. And that is in North America and Australia. And we've got the Healthy 2100 if you want to take your power back and become healthy and change your life and get that quality of life back in. You can find this for free as a download at pdgfree.com, or you can buy the book. The only personal health care, permanent health care, is self-care, and the only permanent self-love, the only permanent love is self-love. To rise to your full potential, you need to learn how to fly, which means first love yourself. Here at Braveheart Nation, we are stronger and we rise together. So join us at bhnuniversity.com to find out more information about what's going on, or download the app, bhnapp.com. And again, if you want to continue getting this life-changing, life-saving information, you want to get on the app. And we like to end all of our shows with the Braveheart Oath. I'm just going to center myself here. I'm going to put my hand on my heart. I am love. I'm healed. I'm Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost, before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I'm love, I'm healed, I'm Braveheart, and I am all in. And thank you for joining us. 3, 2, 1. We've got this.
Stop opening your pelvis. It's time to let it go. Shaking like Elvis. Feel the funky flow. Don't let it weigh you down. It's time to take the stage. Free yourself from the chains of your digestion cage. The scoop on poop is the truth you need. Daily cleansing. alive. The scoop on poop is the truth you need. Daily cleansing tea is the secret.